Dance to the left, dance to the right, dance all night. Ho! What's going on, everybody in YouTube land? Welcome to another episode of The Balloon Guys. Today, we're going to be making a balloon art tutorial of a Scooby hat. Alright, everybody. You might obviously notice that we're not at our normal Balloon Guys set. Well, in the midst of the coronavirus, as evidenced by my quarantine coif, Eric and I are still not hanging out with each other because we're trying to practice social distancing, but we still want to give you guys some amazing content that you can watch. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to offer you a tutorial on how to make this awesome and big Scooby hat. In order to make this hat, we need a bunch of balloons to do this because it is a big guy. We are going to need 2 light brown 646s or 660s, whichever you like. We're going to need 1 white 646 or 660. 2 light brown 11 or 9-inch rounds. 5 light brown 350s or 360s. 1 black 646 or 660. A red 350 or 360. And a black 260. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the eyes and the back of the head. And we're going to need the 646s for that. So here's our light brown 646. I'm going to blow this guy up. Oh. As you can see, we don't need to blow it up all the way. We're not going to use all this anyway. Need maybe a hand's length on the end. Tie this guy up and put it to the side for now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a white 646. Blow this guy up. Oh, good Lord. It's a lot of blown up. These are going to be the eyes. Burp it always. Tie it on. We're going to take that 646 we just blew up and we're going to tie them both together at the nozzles. Like so. Now what we have to do is we have to make 2 eyes and the back of the head. Let's start with the first eye. So you're going to take maybe the width of your hand, like pinky to finger, like that, and you're going to twist it up. Plenty. And then what you're going to do is, I like to use my chest for support, so I lean it against my chest. Then you're going to take the brown one, you're going to lay it over across next to it, just like that, and you're going to line it up where that twist is, and twist it. Just like that. Now you're going to take these 2, twist them together. For those of you who haven't handled 646s before, this is an adventure. Okay, 1 eyeball, back of the head. Now we have to do the second eyeball. Take this, bring it down, make sure it's the same length as the first eyeball, or else you're going to get a really weird looking dog. Like so. Now, again, 646s are tough to work with, so what I like to do is after I twist this up a handful of times, I will use my chest again for a little bit of leverage, and I push the piece up against my chest, push the other 2 pieces in, and then I take the free end and I roll it over top, in between, and back out the other end to lock it in place. Now what we want to do is we only have 1 balloon in the back, but we want 2. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the white and we are with the brown. So we're going to take the brown, bring it all the way down, make sure it's lined up properly so it'll be the same length as the first one, and twist it together with the white one. Twist it, twist it. Okay? Now again, I like to make sure this thing is really locked in place so you can take this extra remainder and loop it inside this quad of 4 balloons that you just made. And loop it in. Bring it all the way through to the other side. Now that stuff is locked in place. What you're going to do here is you're going to get rid of this excess stuff. Get rid of the white one first. Again, you're going to have a lot of excess on this white. You can just can it. So you can get rid of that. And now this brown one, we're going to cut it off. We're going to remove the air, but we're going to let the excess tail kind of be there still. So now we have the set of eyes, the 2 eyes, and the back of the head. Just like that. We're going to set this guy aside for the time being, and we're going to work on the snout and the headband. Now we're going to use that last 646 we said we needed, the brown one, and we're going to blow it up almost all the way full. Oh, remember kids, I'm a trained professional, whatever. We got maybe a hand's length on the end. Knot it up. We're going to put this off to the side, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow up a 350, a brown 350, almost all the way full, because this one here is going to be the headband. Yeah, that's probably good. Here's what we're going to do. To start out with the 350, we're going to do maybe a 2-inch bubble, and then we're going to grab the nozzle, bring it down, and we're going to do a pinch twist right on the end. Put this off to the side, grab the 646 we were just working with. Now, what you're going to do is, just the way we started with the 350, put a pinch twist on the end, we're going to put a pinch twist on the end of this thing. So, twist it up a bunch of times, right? Then you grab the nozzle, pull it down, and twist it 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the knot through the middle to lock it up. Now what's going to happen with this is we're going to make the snout. The snout we want kind of long, so I would say longer than the length of your pinky to your thumb. Longer than that. Just a bit longer. Like that, and you're going to bring it back down, and then you're going to line it up. Again, feel free to use your chest to keep it in place. You use your chest, that gives you essentially an extra hand. Makes your life a little easier. So, I have to find the spot here to make these two long ones even. Roughly, yeah. When I initially twisted this up, there's not really any room on the end there. So what I did was I squeezed just the teeniest little bubble that I could on the end of this thing. See how small that guy is? Tiny little bubble. And now what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to use it as an anchor point. I'm going to make a pinch twist out of this last end piece. Pull it up, twist, twist, twist. And then I take that bubble that I just had and I roll it underneath. And now it's locked in place. So now I have a snout. Now what we got to do is we have to attach the headband portion to the snout. Take the pinch twist on the 350 and you're going to lock it into the pinch twist on the 646. Boom, boom. Like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the snout together so that there's maybe, let me show you this way, so that there's maybe a 3-inch bubble that goes in between. You don't want a wide triangle like this. You want it to be real tight. We're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up just like that. See how we have that connected? You essentially created a big isosceles triangle. We want these to be symmetrical, so you see we have 1, 2 pinch twists here. We need 2 on this side, so we're going to make a little pinch twist with the 350 right here. Just about that big. Voila. Now, I'll get to show you my awesome hair again. Now what we're going to do, we're going to size this up for my head. So, now, if you're making this for somebody else, naturally you size it up for theirs. I think that's fairly obvious, right? But whatever. So we're going to put it on her head, wrap it all the way around. Right there. Let's see if that's the right size, huh? See if I manage not to screw that up. Hey, there we go. Perfecto. So, once you know you have the right size, any extra you have on the end, you're just going to get rid of. So we're going to pop it. Now we have the hat portion and the snout portion. Okay? So, right from here, what we're going to do is we're going to attach 350s that go up the side of the dog's head. So let's blow some 350s up. Actually, let's cover up that crazy hair first. You know, let's be real here. Okay. Now we need some 350s. These guys should be blown up relatively full, a little less than a hand's length. I would do that for 1, 2, 3 350s. Just burp them a bit, make them nice and soft. I went and I grabbed the snout and the hat portion. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of the 350s and we're going to bring the nozzle end in really tight on the spot where the two pinch twists are. Hold almost above the nozzle and pull it in real tight into that pinch twist section. There's a one. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Voila. What we're going to do is we're going to work up from here to the ears. In order to get the right height, we need to grab the eyepiece. You're going to line it up so that the one 350 brown sits right in the groove of the white and brown here. I set that up there, and this comes right up the side there. That's that groove where it's sitting in. Just before this imaginary line at the very top, you want to come down maybe an inch or two. And that's where the twist is going to be. So literally the twist is just below the very top of this portion. Okay? Again, headpiece squishes in here. 350 comes up. Just before you get to the very top, you're going to make the twist. Now I'll drop that headpiece because now I don't need it. Twist, twist, twist. And we're going to make big floppy ears. So I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to make a big floppy ear. If anybody needs a reference size, roughly that. Roughly. But again, when you play with proportions, you'll end up getting different looks, so it's kind of fun to do that. So we're going to twist, twist, twist. And again, if anybody doesn't know this, sometimes when you make a loop twist, it likes to unravel on you. To prevent that from happening, after you twist, just take the free end and put it through, and now you're locked. It's not going to go anywhere. So there's one ear. Now what we have to do is we have to do that on the other side. Easy breezy. All you have to do is find the length on this and match it on the other side, and that's how you know you're going to get good symmetry. Now they're locked in place. Not going to go anywhere. We're going to put this to the side. Grab the headpiece again. Take a 350. You're going to make just the smallest bubble. It's just got to be big enough to grab. We're going to take it in the bottom of where all these balloons meet, where that where that stray balloon tail was that we didn't cut off. And we're going to thread it through the inside of these guys. We're going to thread it inside, make it come out, and then we're going to thread it back in. So now you have this nice strong connection. We're going to take our headpiece and we're going to put it right down on top of the snout piece. And now we take the sides of the head that we just made with the ears. We're going to put them in the groove between the white and the brown headpiece. Gently press down to make sure it's a nice tight fit. And then you're going to take one of the remaining free ends of the ear, whichever one you have more room on essentially, and you're going to pull it kind of tightly over the top of the head, and you're going to attach it to the ear on the other side. But you're going to make sure that is pulled in tightly as well. Loopity, loopity, loopity. Just like that. With the remainder of one of these balloons, we're going to make a pinch twist behind one of the ears. This one's a little too overfull, so I'm going to get rid of it. By the way, I love filming in my dingy gym in my house. Never intended this room to be anything but a gym where I'm working out and getting sweaty, but hey, it's a YouTube set now. So I got rid of that one extra piece. Now, like I said, we need to put a pinch twist behind this ear. About that big. Bring it around. Pinch twist, just like that. We're going to get rid of this excess. I'm going to grab another 350. This one you're not going to use all of, so don't stress it. What we're going to do is we're going to start at the ear where we did not put a pinch twist yet. And we're going to put a pinch twist right here in the 350. So pinch twist in the 350, no pinch twist in the ear. We're going to put the pinch twist right there, right at this joint. Slide it in, wrap it around, and now it's set in place. The first thing we got to do is eyelids. We're going to bring the 350 kind of down a little bit on an angle to right in the middle of the eyeballs. And then we're going to twist it. Typically what we would do is we'd twist it twice, 3 times, 4 times, or whatever, just to make sure it's secure. But we want a lot of extra space here. So what I want you to do is squish it, and then you're going to twist it again. Hold the section where it's twisted, give it a big squeeze with your fingers, and just keep twisting. Twist maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. The more you twist, the more of a spacer you're creating. The point of that is to allow this thing, once I put it in, to lay super, super flat against the eyeballs and head. So that when I turn this mask to the side, this thing lays flat against the eyes. There won't be this giant space here that makes it look terrible. So once we've created that spacer, we then take the other bubble that we're going to take to meet the other ear, has to be the same size as this one. Just make sure they're symmetrical. There we go. Bring that across to the other ear. Voila, just like that. We're still not quite done. You knew that already, right? You knew that. The next balloon we're going to grab is the single 260 that we're using for this, the black 260. This is going to be the eyebrows. That's more than enough. We're going to attach this right at the base of one of the ears. And just like we did with this brown 350, we're going to do the same with the eyebrows here. We're going to bring the eyebrow across, and then we're going to make a twist. And then we want a big spacer here, so get a big grip, and you're going to twist, 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 twist. See, now I got like almost an inch of area that's squished out. That's a nice spacer. We're going to bring this across to the other side, so make sure your sides are symmetrical. And we're going to bring this across to the other side. Now this excess stuff, you don't need it. You're done with it. Pop it, tie it off. On the outside near the ears, the black is low and the brown is high. And it's going to stay that way here. But on the inside, you're going to flip them. So the brown goes low and the black goes a little high. Just like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this brow ridge that we had way back in the beginning that we haven't done anything with, and you're going to pull it tightly against the eyebrows and the eyelids, just like that. And once you get to the top of the head, there should already be a 350 going across here. You're going to do a little twist right there. Got me? You're going to take this other 350 that was hanging off the ear. You're going to bring it across nice and flat and tight to the other ear, and you're going to twist it in. Oh, geez. Now, you have this extra piece on the back end. So now all you got to do with this is you can bring it back here and tuck it in. Just get it. It's there. I can feel it with my fingers. There we go. Depending on how much you blew up the 350 from the last one from the ear, you still might have some extra here like I do. If you want, you can use it. There's no reason to throw it away. I mean, you can take it, bring it across over the top of the head, and take the remaining tail and use that to tie into the ear. It's not going to hurt. Just like that. I'm looking at this in my mirror just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So we're sort of getting there, right? Sort of, kind of, maybe just a little bit. Let me see. I got to take this off. Make sure this thing fits me. Oh, it fits me. It certainly does. Let me hide this hair, though, for real. This is crazy. Shout out to the Capelli shop in New Jersey. They cut great hair, but he hasn't cut my hair in 8 weeks or whatever, and it's obvious. All right. Anywho, back to this. Scooby is a Great Dane, so he's got these ears that come up and kind of flap over a little bit. So when you're up here with these ears, get a good handful, bend them down a little bit. Get a good handful, bend. Our last brown 350. So I'm going to blow this guy up. This one is going to be the mouth. That is probably going to be more than enough. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Essentially, you wear this thing like a mask. Your face should be in the mouth of the dog. So when you're making this mouth, if you have it so short that you can't see out of it, then, kind of looks silly. You want it to be long enough so that the bottom jaw kind of frames your face. Attach it into these pinch twists. You're going to attach this here, and then you're going to attach the other side here. Again, make it big enough so that it frames your face. Take the nozzle end, You're going to grab, again, above the nozzle so you make it nice and tight, and you're going to attach it into the pinch twists by the snout. We already figured out that it's probably got to be about that big, so I know that's about where I want to twist it. And I'm going to twist this into the pinch twists on the opposite side of the face as where we started. Again, right in the pinch twist by the snout. And this extra piece, you just get rid of it. We're getting somewhere. We do have a couple other balloons. Those round brown, the 9-inch rounds, 11-inch rounds that we picked, we're going to blow them up and they're going to be his cheeks. Just to give them little cheeks. You don't want them overly big, but they should be there. In fact, you can kind of gauge for yourself when you look at it. Take it, blow it up, maybe that big, and you're going to attach it right again in these pinch twists at the cheeks. Right about there. Again, the way I attach this is I like to grab as close to the knot or above it as I can, because I like to pull it in and roll it around the joints. And you want it nice and tight, just like that. There's a cheek. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. Take the tail here, and we're going to attach it right to where the two pinch twists are right there. So there, now we have our two cheeks. Last couple balloons. So we have our black 646. We're going to blow this up kind of in the middle. We're going to blow it up right there so that there's uninflated portions on the left and the right side of it. Kind of like that. This should only be maybe a little wider than your fist. You're going to make sure you got even tails on either side. Take them, bring them into each other, and you're going to tie them. I wrapped them around once, and now I'm going to wrap them around a second time. And then you're going to take the balloon that you just tied up, and you're going to kind of reach your hands inside the loop, and you're going to pull it out to the sides and smush it flat. Because what that's going to do is it's going to give the balloon a bit of more of a square look to it. Now this thing is going to go right up here on the front of the snout. It's the nose, naturally. So we're going to take the two tails that we still have, and we're going to thread them inside the snout portion. Again, we like how to pull nice and tight. Right, just like that. And then I'm going to take them, and I'm going to roll them back up over top and bring them back down. So I took those tails, I went down, back up, and through again. Now, to make sure these stay where we want them to stay, I'm actually going to grab a hold of this tail, and I'm going to pull it back on the inside of the snout. I'm going to pull it back, and I'm going to attach it into a pinch twist. Pull it back. See what I'm doing? Pull it back. Wrap it into a pinch twist. Now it's locked in on one side. And then you're going to take the other one on the other side and do the same thing. Pull it back, and you're going to lock it into a pinch twist. Now that's locked in on the other side. Let's do the tongue next. This looks okay. This looks okay, but I think when you add the tongue, it's a nice little pop of color, and it gives it a little bit more personality. That is more than enough air, but we don't want this to be the end of the tongue because that looks silly, right, with that knot kind of sticking out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this air and we're going to smush it down to the other end. Just like that. So once you find the length that you want, kind of curl it up in a couple spots, give it a little bit of life. Do you remember way back in the beginning when we made the eye and the headpiece, and then I left that little brown tail hanging off the bottom? Well, you're going to use that tail to tie in to this tail here. Now you reach in through the middle here and you grab that tail. You're going to take the tail here, the red one, tie it to the brown tail that you left on the inside. You want there to be a little bit of excess, like a little bit of give. This one you don't want to be super tight right up against the edge of the joint. This one you want a little bit of play. Once you tie it, see all this extra red tail? Get rid of it. There's our dog tongue. Now I swear to you, this is the last balloon we need. We just need one black one, a 350, for the pupils of the eyes. This one you don't need very much air at all. That's not even black, is it? Haha, there we go. Tie it up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make a small loop twist, smaller than the width of my hand. and then you take the tail, tuck it inside itself to prevent it from unraveling on you. Then what we want is we want a little bit of spacer between the one pupil and the other, because again, that helps that brow ridge, the brown one, stay nice and flat. So what you're going to do is grab a big chunk of it with your hands, squish on it, squish it, and just start twisting, 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 like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Now you see I got my little spacer there? Right there. Beautiful. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make the other pupil. Again, very small loop twists. Should be the exact same size as the one that you already made. When you're done, get rid of the excess. Don't let go of that tail, because this thing still is going to want to unravel. And to prevent that from happening, I want you to take the tail, run it through itself, tie it around, and knot it. Now it's not going to go anywhere. There's no need to really twist this into anything. The pressure is just going to hold this in. So we're going to take this, run it inside the brow ridge, and you have to look to see where it makes sense to have these things. This thing is going to be on your head looking down on people. So you want these pupils to be kind of lower down. Like so. Now the last little trick to this is positioning the tongue. Because this is a mask, the tongue can sort of obstruct your vision. We want the tongue because it makes it look better, but we don't want it in our way when we're wearing it. We're going to put it off to the side so that we can see. Now, obviously you can't see my face, so what we're going to do is, this is why we left the tail on the tongue, so that we can pull it down and pull it off to the side, and kind of have it wedged in there. So we still have the tongue, but it's off to the side, and now I can actually see out of the mask. So everybody, I hope you liked the tutorial for the Scooby hat. This was a big one. Lots of balloons, lots of big balloons, but you're going to get some really big impact when you wear this thing. I hope you enjoyed it. Eric and I are busy working on some really amazing ideas for our upcoming videos on the Balloon Guys channel. We hope you stay tuned with us. We're going to have some great stuff coming up. Hit that like and subscribe button in the bottom, and feel free to heckle us in the comments. This video is not made for kids, so comments are turned on. We'll see you soon.